When you have peace, it just feels like weight has been lifted off of your shoulders where you're able to be more present and engaged with the world around you. You feel more connected. Wow, so thank you, Unafi. Oh, thank you. Once you've created a peaceful life for yourself, you're better able to handle the challenges that life brings, because life will always bring challenges no matter where you live in the world. But if you're looking for an environment alone to bring you peace, you'll never find peace that way, because peace is not something that you find, it's something that's created internally. Creating a peaceful life for yourself is a lot of hard work, but most of the time you can jumpstart that journey by practicing gratitude. Ultimately, we all create our own definition of peace and what a peaceful life is, and we all individually have to decide the price tag for that and what it would be worth. So it's not easy. It's not easy living in Africa, and in Gambia. It's not always easy. But once again, you have to decide, what is peace worth to you? So sometimes whenever I share the different struggles or challenges that we have living here in Gambia, for example, like the petty crimes and different things like that, people, they ask me how. I don't see how you live like that. How do you live like that? How are you living in a home that you have to have bars on the windows? How do you live like that when you didn't have to live like that when you lived in America? And it's because I have to constantly weigh the pros and cons. And I decided that the challenges that we face living here in Gambia are easier on our mental health than the challenges and struggles that we face living in America. And when times get really hard, because they do, I have to ask myself, would you rather go back to America? Would you rather go back and face the challenges that you faced in America? And to me, a peaceful life is not worrying about my children every time they step outside of the house, not living in a society that has random shootings, my teenage son being safe, not having to worry about him. To me, a peaceful life is my children being able to wander the neighborhood safely. I feel really blessed to finally be able to focus on being a mother. When I lived in America, it was always I was a mother, but I was in school, or I was a mother and I was working, always worried about getting ahead in life. To me, a peaceful life is having the time to be able to heal from emotional traumas, be able to focus on my mental health, take care of myself, to be able to give my best self to my family. So to me, having the attitude of gratitude is not always something that comes like really easy. Something that I have to continuously work towards. I have to actively work towards it through meditation, or isolating myself, sitting and actively focusing on my thoughts, what it is that I'm unhappy with, what it is that's disturbing my peace, what it is that I want to create for myself or for my life. So I have to separate myself, really. Like, I spend a lot of time alone. I spend a lot of time by myself, even with being a mother of 8. It's something that it's not negotiable. Like, I have to take time out of the day and to spend with myself, to reflect, practice self-awareness, focus on my goals. Sometimes it even takes me like writing things out, so that I can focus. What is it that I want to focus on trying to change? Because if there is a problem, you always start by finding a solution. First, you have to really recognize whether it's a problem is it a problem, or are you making it a problem by your perspective and mindset and the way that you're looking at it? Because sometimes life is just happening. Life is never supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to be easy all the time. So you will have, roadblocks. You will have things that come up, and sometimes they're minor issues that we tend to over exaggerate in our minds, and we make them complicated problems that need to be solved. You need to find like an immediate solution for. So I have learned, and it took almost the whole 2 years, that I've been living here in Gambia, just practicing, working on myself, practicing having a growth mindset and everything. And I have really learned to stop looking at life as being a problem that I'm trying to solve, like trying to fix everything to be the way that I want it to be, or to be the way that I imagined it to be. So I realized that looking at life that way, over the years, it has really robbed me of being able to be present, like for myself and with the different stages of life, and also being able to be present with my children, always looking to change something, always looking to force whatever it is that you're going through in your life at this point in your life, all the stages of your life, you're going through that for a reason. I do believe that it's preparing you for what's to come. And of course, we don't know what's to come. So a lot of times we experience things, and it's for the sake of us learning. Like, you're supposed to learn from your experiences. And if you don't learn from your experiences, if you're not trying to actively learn from your experiences, then it can just feel like you're struggling, you're suffering, so it's all about like your perspective. So as you guys know, right now, what it is that I'm experiencing is issues like with the healthcare system. Me being pregnant right now, I'm 7 months pregnant, alhamdulillah, with our 9th baby, inshallah. So what it is like, I had made a video about me being undecided whether I wanted to travel to the US or whether I wanted to have the baby here in Gambia, and just like me being dissatisfied with the healthcare system and everything. I've been to 3 different clinics, and yeah, it's one of the huge challenges of being here in Gambia. So that is one of the major frustrations that I have right now, is the healthcare. And it has stressed me out really almost this whole entire pregnancy. It has stressed me out to the point that I actually started looking for another place to live. Like, to be quite honest, like there was like several weeks throughout this pregnancy that I actually was Googling different countries. So I started looking into different countries that have better healthcare, because I started to feel like, okay, I don't even feel safe to have my baby here. Mashallah, I have 8 children. Like, I can't depend on the healthcare system. The healthcare system, to me, it's just, I talked about it before, so I won't really get into it. I won't get into it again, but yeah, so just being dissatisfied with that. And I really had to, I just really had to catch myself. I really had to catch myself and remind myself that I have to be present, and I have to look at what it is, okay, that my life is right now, and how can I make the best of it, okay? Instead of, like, I have to constantly redirect my attention. So like I said, I was Googling, I was just frustrated. I'm like looking for different countries that have better healthcare and everything. And so I had to stop myself from doing that. And I said, like, I had to focus on what's present, what's in front of me. What is the issue or problem that's in front of me right now? The problem is that I don't feel safe to give birth and have my baby here in Gambia. And other things associated with like prenatal care and everything like that. So what would the solution be? I can't go to any other, I wouldn't be willing to go to any other place outside of America, to give birth, because I'm not trying to go and get familiarized with another foreign country, because some people had suggested me to go by to go to neighboring countries like Senegal or something, but I'm not trying to experience a new country and experience that while I'm, like I'm pregnant, I'm short of patience and everything right now. So I'm like, I'm not trying to go through that, so the easiest thing for me to do for my mental health right now would be to focus on, okay, what is the solution to the current problem? The current problem is I'm not comfortable giving birth in Gambia. I don't want to give birth in Gambia. Just like minor tweaks that you have to pay attention to when it comes to like what's going through your mind mentally. So instead of trying to process how I can uproot our whole family and move to another country because I'm dissatisfied with the healthcare, even if I do get to that point eventually, right now is definitely not something that I can't do it now. Having a new baby, inshallah, like we can't move right now, so why even spend time focusing on that or worrying about that right now? I just have to focus on the solution. If there is a problem, an issue that there is a solution to, I would need to focus on, getting to the bottom of the solution, what it is to the problem that I'm having right now. That's one of the things that I do, to keep myself present here and to take control of my mental health, and also counting my blessings, practicing gratitude, remembering why I'm here. So remembering why I'm here, also asking myself questions like what it is that you're going through right now. Would it be worth going back to America? Would it be worth going back in order for you to not experience what you're experiencing right now? And when I really think about it, it's always like, no, because I had worse issues there. I had worse frustrations. There were things that, like I said, having time to heal, having time to overcome emotional trauma, having time to take care of yourself, self-care and all that. And, I do believe that you always have time. You always make time for what's important to you. So I won't say that there's no time to take care of yourself, because that wouldn't exactly be true. When I was in America, I would get up very early, like 5 a.m. and I would go out, I would go jogging, exercise, go to Starbucks, spend quality time with myself, grab a cup of coffee, and I would spend like the hours from after Fajr time, whatever time Fajr would come in, I would immediately pray Fajr, and then I would go out and I would stay out until like 8 a.m. or whatever time it was that my husband was leaving that morning to go to work. And I would designate on most days of the week, if not every day, those hours of the morning for myself to go out, reflect on my thoughts, and I use that time of the morning to actually come to the decision when I was trying to decide to move to Gambia, because that was a really big, hard decision. When I was trying to decide if that was something that I really wanted for my family, I actually made that decision during that time of the morning. I would go out every single morning, weigh the pros and cons, think about it, reflect on life, reflect on what it was that I wanted, like for our future, what it was that I wasn't willing to settle for, what the worst case scenario would be, and would that turn out to be worse than what I perceived our life would be, staying in America, so a lot of you creating like a peaceful life for yourself, it has to do with mentally, like what's going on in your mind, the way how you choose to process what your life is and what it is that you're going through. So, because I'm a mother, I'm only looking from that perspective, which I know, that there are people that are here that are not here in Gambia raising children. I don't know how that feels. Like, I've been a mother for 20 years now, so most of the decisions that I have to make in my life has to be directly correlated with how this is going to impact and affect my children, and so seeing all of the progress that my children have made living here in Gambia, seeing the free lifestyle that they have, they're able to go out and go to stores by themselves. They're able to walk to the market by themselves. And I mean, like the market that's like 20 minutes away from home, so sometimes my children, they're gone for like an hour. And, it's just a different life. It's just a life that if you lived in America, you can't imagine it. You would literally have to experience it to really believe that that there are certain parts of the world that are still safe outside of your house, for your children. So just seeing like all of the progress that my family has made, I just can't see myself going backwards. Going to America for a visit is one thing, but to actually move back, and then I would have to tell my children, oh, well, now it's no longer safe for you to go to the store. You cannot go to the store up the street, across the street. You can't do that anymore because it's not safe anymore. Or having to take all of that from them, because they gained a lot by being here. They've learned a lot. They gained a lot of independence, at very young age, so having to, like, I think about those things, and I think about, what it is that I'm struggling with. Would it be worth would it be worth undoing everything we worked so hard for? And the answer to that so far has been no. So those are some of the things that I do to take care of my mental health, and to help bring me back to being more present, to help me focus on my goals, what my goals were, and to help me continue working towards my goals, which are to raise my children in Africa. It's not easy. Like, it's really not easy. I cried a lot of nights when I was in America. I cried a lot of nights, and I've cried a lot of nights here in Gambia, which was a new development. But it also depends on like what you're going through in your life. So with me being pregnant right now, I'm more sensitive. I have less patience. Like, the hormonal imbalances and everything that comes along with pregnancy, I naturally have less tolerance for the things that I had high tolerance for, before I was expecting. So, it's like you go through different things in life. You go through different things at different times in your life. And it doesn't mean that your dissatisfaction or your misery or your unhappiness is going to last forever or be long term. It's just what you're going through at the moment. So I'm learning to look at life that way, and that's definitely like helping me to take care of my mental health. Another thing is leaving the past in the past. And when I say the past, I literally mean like yesterday. So leaving what happened yesterday in the past, like starting over every day, because so many things happen when you're here in Gambia. Like there's so many different things that you can be frustrated with, just trying to adapt to the lifestyle. And even like I said, now we've almost been here for 2 years. There are things that I still have not gotten used to, If you carry that and hold on to it every day, you'll continuously add, and you'll have a whole stack of things that you cannot accept, you cannot tolerate. They're just too overburdening. And like you're carrying around this burden every day of more and more things. But if you wake up every day and you focus on the day, and you realize it's a whole new day, it's a whole new opportunity, you choose what it is that you're going to focus on for that day, and you're not focusing on what happened yesterday, your life will be more peaceful. You will be able to focus on creating like that peace for yourself. It's a choice. So, different things affect people differently. And a lot of times the people that are able to move on from things and move forward is because they did the mental work. They were willing to work hard on themselves and their mindset, to get past whatever it is that they're experiencing as far as difficulty.